Yo, what's good with it, Pack family? This your boy, MrCheckMyResume. I'm here to bring you my watch list for the Labor Day week of September the 5th. So without any delays, we're going to get right into the plays. So the first ticker on my list this week we're going to get into, and I want to talk about these chips for a minute. And man, we got a lot of tickers within the subsector here, looking really strong, looking for potentially to break out on a nice move to the upside. We've got a collection of tickers, but I only want to talk to you guys about a couple of those. But the first one I'm going to get into this week will be Intel. So this Intel is one we've been playing for a while. Ticker is INTC. Intel. You guys know it. Some of you guys may call it an old person stock. Old people stock is, some of the newer, younger pack members, I should say, call it within the group. But here on this Intel, we've got a beautiful setup here. We did go in force on Friday, but I wanted to make sure that you all caught this move here on Intel. And on Intel here, really looking at a couple of things here. First off, we went 212 on the month on Friday. We had a nice move up, very strong day. So now we're looking at a potential continuation here on the week. And we have some broadening formations up near the $38 range. So that's what I'll be looking at. I think I plotted out around like 38.80 or 37.85, something along those lines. So that'll be the first one I'm looking at in the chip sector. But again, if you want to take one that hasn't given you an actionable signal yet, and you're looking for something to potentially take this week, then take a look at AMD or Nvidia. Both of those look really good. There's a few others as well, but AMD we'll talk about first here, or we'll get into AMD, not to kind of belabor the chips. We kind of the point has been made, but here on AMD, we got a couple of things here. We got the inside month on AMD, and let me get my screen up for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. AMD, like the other chips, is really setting up for us to go in force. So really looking for this AMD to take us on a move here on the week. Looking for a 212 here on the week. We're looking at a couple of levels here on AMD. Looking at sorry, not AMD. My bad, you guys. Looking at a level of 110.06 on AMD as a level for entry to give us that 212 to the upside. We're looking at continuation on the day. But then on the month here, we've got a potential to take this one back through the other side of this range to give us a 122 on the month. Looking at a level of 119.50 on AMD. So that'll be what I'll be looking at initially. But on this 212 break here on the week will give us an early entry, potentially push us up to about the 115 range, just above this point of control here on the day. And then we'll see where price takes us from there. But I'm looking at for a nice short-term move up here, nice pop to the upside. But again, there's a few others. You got MU, you've got Marvell, NVIDIA, Intel is another one that triggered as well. So we got a few options. But I really wanted to point out the AMD move. NVIDIA may be a little bit more pricey for some folks, so really wanted to give you guys something that seems manageable. So that one's that one. So we'll move away from the chip sector here, and we'll get over into the energy sector. This is one of the pack favorites, and this is PBR. So on the PBR, this is one we've been playing this PBR for a while off and on. A lot of great moves on this one. So we're looking at a opportunity here to really looks like we got I guess you could say, a squeeze happening here on a macro time frame. So we're looking to take advantage of that. So here on PBR, so give you guys what I'm talking about here. We got two setups, one of which is on the week and the other is on the month. So here on PBR, first off, we're looking at a Chicago week. Looking at a 312 here on the week. Entry would be above 1466. That should get us. I'm looking for a move probably up past this initial broadening formation here at 1462. And we should push us about the 1480 range, 1483. And then this is what really kind of gets me excited is I see here this triple inside month. So we're looking for a break to the upside on the month here above a level of $14.67. And then that level will take us, I'm looking at north of $15, but we've got a couple of broadening formations in the way. So that'll be my initial look, is to take this move up to about $15 off of this double inside month break to the upside. Currently, we have triple insides, but once we break to the upside, we should trigger and force and have a nice move to the upside. Optimistically, we're looking at some potential levels above 15. But first and foremost, not to get too excited or too ambitious, we got to get north of this 1485 level up into the $15 range. But love the potential on PBR. We've got a potential 3 to 4% move back to these broadening formations. So I'm really looking at this one nicely here off of the inside week last week. And then the last one that I want to talk to you all about this week is GE. So we'll get into GE and break that one down a little bit. That's another one that we've been playing for a while. We played this one repeatedly over this year. Took a little break on it until recently, and now are looking at a potential opportunity to take it, again. And I did alert this one last week on a week trigger. So we are in force and moving pretty good on those folks who are currently in those GE positions. But looks like we got another opportunity here, and you don't want to leave out opportunities, as they say. So you want to take advantage of all of those. So let's get into it. Let me show you my screen, which looks to be a mess right now. All right. So GE. So looking at GE here, we went in force 312 last week, as we talked about on last week's watch list. So we went in force. We did move up. We did have some retracement later in the week. Then closed out Friday with the outside day just north of the point of control at 114.24. So we closed out the month inside as we talked about. So now we're looking for inside month break to the upside. Looking at this 212 bullish continuation above 115.85. So we got a little bit of work to do. We got about $1.60 and change to $1.60 to get to this next level. So, but the optimistic side of it is we do have range, and there are not major broadening formations in the way. We do have a daily that was created on Friday, but we've got to get. We'll probably still crack the 115 range, even breaking that broadening formation. So that's what I'm looking at on GE. And with that, that'll conclude my watch list. So I turn it back over to the bros. Y'all have a great Labor Day, and I'll catch y'all on Tuesday. Peace.